Obviously, we just said about there seeming like there is a gap, but what moment made you realise that football might need something like your organisation?
Well, society needed it, and whatever is happening in society mirrors in football. So massive gap in society. We're probably 5 years behind in society where we need to be around racism, mental health, neurodiversity, inclusion, LGBTQ, etc. But football's around five years behind where society is. Evidence racism in football. You know how long we've been talking about that, and what's happened? Nothing, apart from a few nice T-shirts and a few banners on side of Premier League football games. Really, nothing. No action, no deterrent for clubs to actively stamp out what's happening every week at every level of the game. So yeah, and as far as like I say, if it's happening in society, it's happening in grassroots football, but it's happening in grassroots sport as well, or any extracurricular activity that people of all ages partake in. So pretty much no brainer, really.
Yeah. How did you go about starting the organisation then?
Well, I just saw, this was prior to COVID as well, saw so many people struggling with the mental health. Been involved in football all my life, grassroots coach, etc., etc. Saw so many people struggling with the mental health, and mental health conversations carry quite a lot of responsibility, and people can be quite afraid of engaging in one for fear of saying the wrong thing or directing someone to a wrong resource, or it does. People are scared, so they avoid it. And also it's not the sort of conversation that the majority of people find comfortable opening up about neither. So there were a couple of trigger points for me as a coach that happened. Not me personally, but one of my players. Typical classic middle-aged man, smiling all the time, mad about football. Next thing you know, he's not here. And it was so, oh my God, I can't believe it. It was so happy and smiley, and classic response from people. And when someone dies by suicide, the ripple effects are enormous. And touch wood, I never have to experience that. But I have experienced it vicariously, through other people and this. And so when someone dies by suicide, the ripple effects are huge with respect to, family, friends, colleagues. When it happens in a grassroots football setting, those ripple effects go even further. They go out into the community. So you've got family, and this is like, if you imagine that the person that's died by suicide is at the epicenter, family, friends, colleagues. But then when you're talking about grassroots football, you've got the friends that are made on the sideline, the players, other people in the club, people in the community, and the ripple effects were huge. And again, so basically got in touch with the club, said, what have we got around, what resources have we got around mental health, so I can help players, spectators, or the coaches. I've seen people struggling, and this has obviously made a big impact. We don't have anything. I went, why? Well, we don't really get anything from County FA. So I rang the County FA up and said, what resources have you got around mental health support? Well, we don't have anything. I went, what? Well, we don't have anything. I went, why?